Hey guys, it's Linda again, and you're at the Sousa house, and we just got home from work just a short while ago, and we're gonna have a nice hearty chicken soup for dinner tonight, and I'm gonna make us our lunches for tomorrow. And I'm again back in the kitchen showing you how easy it is to do a little bit of prep ahead of time, to have everything that you need so you can make a very quick and easy dinner, almost like you have your own personal little sous chef in the kitchen, having done all the little prep work, and that was you a few days ago or whenever, and now you can come and put it all together, and then also get your lunch for tomorrow. So what I have here is and I've already set this on. There's actually 7 cups of liquid. We had a little bit of vegetable broth that was left over in the fridge, so I used that. We don't like waste, so we want to use what we have on hand. My dad used to go into the refrigerator. He could find anything and make the most amazing dinners. We have the best frittatas all the time. So anyway, I had probably about half of a cup to 3/4 of a cup of vegetable broth, and then there was I believe it was had to have been almost 4 cups, or actually 3 plus of the chicken broth. No, it was about 4, and then 2, because I measured it all out as I put it in there, and then I did put 2 cups of water, so I have 7 cups of liquid. So between these two, there was 5, and then 2 cups of liquid. And it doesn't have to be that precise. It's liquid going into the pot. You can use all water if you want. I like the flavor of the chicken broth, and also, like I said, we had the vegetable. So that is cooking. It's really not going to come to that much of a boil. In the old days, I would take what they call the mirepoix, which is your celery, your onions, and your carrots. I wouldn't put the liquid in there. I would put butter or olive oil, and I would saute these beautiful veggies in that olive oil. Then I would add everything else. I'd build my soup. I'm making a very simple, quick, and easy one. There is no olive oil in this, nor is there any butter. So the first thing I'm going to add is my onions, because I'm really going to let all of this kind of cook together for the most part. So there's my onions, and this is my celery. That is 1 onion actually, and this is about 7 stalks of celery. And then this is 4 carrots just cut up. I love to just cut them at the diagonal. And that's that. When I measured them out, because before I put them in my little bowls here, I measured this out, and I ended up with, I believe, all together with all the vegetables that I had, 4 of the green containers for that. I'm going to be adding some Swiss chard because we had it in the fridge. I also have some Napa cabbage in there, but we decided this was washed, cleaned, ready. So this is going to end up going in there. I don't think I'm going to be using all of this. I probably will put 2 cups, and that'll end up making 6 cups of greens in my soup. And I have my chicken, rotisserie chicken. I love getting a rotisserie sometimes if I don't have time. I mean, obviously I make the soup with stock. I make the stock homemade. Sometimes I don't have time to do that. So this is my quick and easy version of making a really delicious chicken soup. So I measured these out, these little batches over here. So there's 4 cups of chicken that's going to go into here. And this is, I brought home the rotisserie chickens. I got 2 of them because we've already used some for other things. And as soon as I get home and they're nice and warm, I take all of the meat off of the bones, and then I put them in a little container, put it in the fridge, and then I can use it for other things. Before I take you over to show you what I'm making for lunch, I have 1 garlic clove that's chopped up in here and a shallot. I just love the flavor it gives. Garlic is like a natural antibiotic. It's a wonderful thing, and I don't just love it because I'm Italian. I think Italians get that, rep that they just love garlic. Well, I do. I'm an Italian, and I do. And I just think it adds a really nice flavor to the soup. So that's going in. There really won't be a lot of salt that I'm going to put in there, maybe a touch of sea salt. And this is just a little bunch of parsley, just fresh parsley that I've chopped up. You could wait and add that closer to the end if you wanted to. I'm not. Putting it all in here. So this is going to sit here. It's going to cook. I could put a cover on it if I want. Not going to do that. But I do want those vegetables to cook a bit before I put in my my chicken. And I want that chicken to get a little tender. So now I'm going to go over here and we're going to make lunch for tomorrow. So simple and easy. So I had that chicken and I took 2 red containers of chicken out so I could make sandwiches. So we had salad today, so I wanted to do something a little different for tomorrow, and I'll show you the finished product because I already made one sandwich. And here it is. Those little specks that you see in there are kalamata olives. You could do grapes too if you wanted to, if you have your fruit portion for the day. And I'm going to show you how I put that together. It's really simple. This will sit in the fridge overnight. It will get a little soggy. It's not going to be as fresh and crisp as it is there right now. There are times actually, and I'll show you, we like this lavash bread. 1 serving is half of this. So that's actually 2, I guess 2 yellows, 2 carbs, and then 1 red. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to put this out so you can see what this is. There we go. 2 carbs, 1 red, and then there's 1 blue, which is the hummus, and 1 orange, which is the 10 kalamata olives that are chopped up. So you could take this right in half and use only half of it to make your sandwich. Sometimes I'll also put in, if I've made them some nice roasted red peppers, even roasted red bell peppers. I could even put in just the the raw ones, but again that makes it additionally soggy when you put them in here. So and I'm not measuring this. I know that this, because I've done this a number of times, it's probably a good healthy tablespoon that would fit in that. Actually, this is probably a little shy of what would go in there. So I'm getting every little drop off, but I'm not going to add any more. And then I'm going to spread this around. Very simply and easily for our healthy fat, our delicious hummus. Now I love getting our hummus at our local Mediterranean bakery, but again, in the pinch, in the supermarket, got exactly what we needed. Make sure we have it in the house so that we're good to go for the week. So now, I'm going to clean that right off, make sure I get every bit. That's it for the hummus. And now I already portioned out my chicken. So you can get fancy, you can make the little ends and do all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to be that fancy. We're just going to put this all in here. I have to tell you, that soup is smelling fabulous right now. There we go. And we're almost done, and it's okay. Whoops, I got a little carrot from our soup there. Now these are the kalamata olives, so I'm just going to put those in. I'm going to spread them around in a second. Get it all over the place. John loves this. He loves these sandwiches. I do too. And so you could roll it up that way, you could roll it up this way. I'm going this way, and I'm going to actually move this just to make it a little easier. Move the cutting board. What do they say? You work smarter, not harder. I want to push a little of this down so I get a little bit of everything in every bite and not too much bread in any one. There we go. And I'm making it kind of flat. And there we go. It's really as simple as that. I got a thing for cutting things on the diagonal. So that's how we're rolling. And look at that. There we go. Very simple and easy. So can you tell we do Chinese food? So these are Chinese food containers. And they fit these sandwiches perfectly. I used to try to put them in little baggies, and it just never really worked. They got all mushy. Although I used to always do only half of the lavash, not a full one. But I always seem to end up short on my carbs. So sometimes I will do a full lavash. So this is John's nice and fresh sandwich. That's going to go in the bottom of his lunch bag. Mine is going to go in the bottom of mine. We also have, this morning, we had, John had made us cut up about a cup of honeydew melon in here. And so that'll be part of, well, our snack. So that honeydew melon is going in there. And then we'll have our Shakeology probably in the morning, or we'll do a breakfast and like a little mid-morning snack, maybe some nuts, or it depends upon, we've got our cup of fruit both there, so we'll figure out what that one other little thing is. And essentially, lunch is done. I'm gonna actually take those back out of the containers, put them in the fridge. In the morning, we're good to go. Really that simple and that easy. We're gonna head back over to our soup, and you can see this is boiling away now. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it looks wonderful. Look at that. See that? So this is just starting to get tender, which is exactly where I want it. I'm going to lower this a bit, and I'm going to put in all this wonderful chicken. And I probably should have done it the other way so you could see it and not see the pan, but I'm a righty, have to work it that way. So there we go. This smells wonderful. That chicken will break down. I put it in here in big chunks. I'm not worried about it. If we wanted to, we have a lot of protein. We have one, red in our lunch bags. We could actually take a little bit of soup if we wanted to, even just with more broth and some vegetables. That would be great. And so now I'm going to add, because this is going to take a while to break down and cook, so I don't want to wait too long to add this. And I am going to add our Swiss chard. Now the rule of thumb with these cups is, if you've used them, you know, is you would need to be able to put that cover on, right? So there's one. I'm going to do two. I may end up doing a third. I'm going to see what it looks like once we get this one in there, and then we'll know what we're dealing with. And then, like I've been doing this week, I'll take a picture later and show you what the final product looks like. So there's two. Let me stir this around and see how this looks. You know, you can use escarole. You could even use collard greens if you want to. You can use, the Swiss chard. You could use kale, spinach. There are so many wonderful greens that you could use. Those leafy greens are great for you. And look at that. They, the leafy greens help with a lot of things. With iron. I used to have a really bad anemic problem, and they were always telling me, get those leafy greens in. Of course, the red meat and the beets and the leafy greens. But my problem was so severe that I wasn't able to deal with it with food, and I was allergic to the over-the-counter iron. So I actually had to have a series of 8 iron infusions where intravenously they gave me the iron. But these leafy greens are great for iron. They're also good for helping keep that, acid alkaline balance in your body that is really important. So I think, we could use one more cup. Looking at that, and I think then we're good. Then the rest of this will go in the fridge to come out and play another day. May not pack it down as much. And you can see, when I cut this, I'm putting the stems and all in there. So everything's going in there. That's good. I think that now is perfect. This is going to cook up. I'm going to lower this. I'm going to put this actually on low. I have no salt in here at this point. We'll test it later, see how it is. Definitely want to put some black pepper. My dad used to love to put black pepper in chicken soup. He's the one who taught me how to make chicken soup. There. So do that. When we put some salt in there, it will be the Himalayan sea salt. If you like herbs, you could put a little thyme in there. It gives it a great flavor. Or rosemary. Sometimes you could do a little bouquet and put it in. The leaves will come off, and then you can take it out with the string later. I'm not putting any of that stuff in for this one. I'm not giving it that herby flavor. It's going to be really very simple with just some salt and pepper. I'm going to put this to low. I'm going to put a cover on it, let it sit. John and I still have to do our workout, so I'm going to put our lunch in the fridge, put the cover on this to let it finish cooking off. We're going to change, do our workout, and we will probably be having dinner by 6:30. And that's really it. So any questions, send them my way. Happy to help in any way that I can. I'm hoping that these little tips that I'm doing are helpful. We have a fabulous group of ladies who are doing an accountability group, and we're doing our another round of the 21-day fix. and I'm doing this, well, for everybody, because I love sharing cooking and food, but also I want to show how easy it can be to do a little prep ahead of time and then set yourself up for success. We all have goals. I want to help them get to their goals. If you want help, I want to help you get to your goals, and I want to stay on track with my goals too. So it works all the way around. And what should we do if we can't share it with others? So anyway, I bid you peace. Have a wonderful night. There used to be a frugal gourmet, I think he used to say that, I bid you peace, but he always had a glass of wine. I don't have any Martin Ulysses in hand right now, and it's not on my plan this week. So I will toast with a fictitious Martin Ulysses. Peace out. Take care, guys.